welcome back. I can't believe this is the 9th What Would Jenn Wear. It's pretty insane. Most of you guys know the drill, but for those who are just tuning in, this is a segment on my channel where you tweet me your fashion dilemma and I try my best to answer it. So let's get started. The first tweet comes from Danielle and she asks, who's your favorite fictional character and how would you dress like them if you wanted to channel them? I have a lot of favorite fictional characters, but if I had to just pick one right now, it would be Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls. She was the sensitive one. She was always kind of crying and freaking out at stressful situations, but in the end, she always pulled it off and saved the world with her sisters. So, I mean, props to her. I feel like it's something that we could all relate to because who hasn't freaked out at a high pressure situation, you know? Her character always wore a baby blue dress with the black stripe on it, and I made it a lot more wearable by having this dress and cardigan combination. I'm wearing the same color palette as Bubbles, and Bubbles is always wearing white tights, but I didn't want to, you know, go that route. So I wore these white ankle socks and paired it with these black peep toe Mary Janes. I think it's pretty spot on. And of course, she always has her little pigtails, so I went for a lowered version of it. And there we have it, a modern day Bubbles. Next up, we have Sarah Lynn, and she asks, I'm loving the harness slash garter trend, especially for festival season, but how do I pull it off without looking too bondagey? I'm right there with you with the garter trend. I have a pair myself and these are my favorite ones. And one way that I really like to style them is by pairing it with softer fabrics like lace or knit or something. I find that it just balances out the intense and bold effect that a garter or a harness can have. So yeah, fabrics like lace, linen, gauze, that kind of stuff, it usually detracts from the bondagey side of the garter and harness. Next up, what would you wear to a day at the library? Thanks! The library is always freezing, even in the summertime, so I would just wear a long, big sweater dress. It's gonna keep you warm in that freezing library and help you really hone in on your studies. And for shoes, I just went for these pointed lace-up flats because I just thought it really spruced up the knit dress and made it look a lot more young. The next question is from Klutzy Nerd. What would you wear for formal attire, shoes and pants especially, for internships without looking like you stole your mom's clothes? This is my formal attire outfit for an internship, and I tried my best to make it look young. The formal side comes from the dark blazer and the gray button down, and I don't think it's too stuffy because it's got a nice low collar, so I think it makes it a little bit more current too. For pants, I kept it hip and appropriate with these slick moto skinnies. I think denim is way too casual, so a material like this is a really great way to keep your edge in an office setting. For shoes, I just went for a really comfortable black boot, and I kept it nice and fresh by putting my hair up in a ponytail. And formal attire is definitely not my forte. I just want to say that out loud. So this question was definitely a challenge. I mean, I wouldn't really know what to wear in an office setting because I never worked in an office. So I don't know. I think it really depends. I think if you're working for like a startup, you can wear something that's a lot more casual than this. But if you're, I don't know, working in accounting, maybe this is something that would work. I don't know. What do you guys think? The last question comes from Viva X April. It's cold in the morning and warms up in the afternoon. What would Jenn wear? This is something that I dealt a lot with when I was going to school because I would have classes in the morning and I'd be standing outside and it'd be really cold, and then by the afternoon I would just be freaking hot because the sun would burn up all the clouds and it would just, you know, shine its heat. So this is a perfect outfit that I would wear on that occasion. I use the flannel as a piece of outerwear first, but when it starts to warm up you can just tie it around your waist or even just stuff it in your backpack. You don't have to worry about it. It's a really thin material, so you don't have to be weighed down by it. And the same goes with the beanie. When it's cold, just pop it on, but once it starts heating up, just take the beanie off and shove it in your purse or something. Underneath, I'm wearing a python printed shirt, which I thought looked really great with the flannel. I really like mixing fabrics and patterns and seeing how they turn out, and this combination was one of my favorites. I wore a black pleather skirt because pleather is a really insulating fabric. It's gonna keep your bits down there warm, but when the sun comes out, your legs will still be exposed, so you're not gonna be too hot. So that's it for this episode. If you would like to be featured in the next What Would Jenn Wear, feel free to tweet me at I'mJennim with your fashion question, and make sure you use the hashtag WWJW so I can find it. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.